Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you a video on my top 5 tips for the Water Element Quests event. So this video contains my top 5 tips to make sure you get the most out of this Water Element event, and there's a lot going on. So this event will bring back and boost all of the Water Elemental monsters currently in the game. Gyrototis, Great Jagras, Mizutsune, and Koropuke will come into the field, and you're going to have a lot of fun taking them all down. In addition, your first 2 reward slots will also be doubled, making this the best time for you to grind for the materials you need. For example, if you get a Wyvern Gem Shard or a Mizutsune Plate in the first 2 slots on your reward slot, that means you will get double the rewards, just like you see in this hunt right here, where I get 2 Wyvern Gem Shards. Alright, let's jump right into it. For tip number 1, know which weapon you want to build. And here we have a damage comparison of all the current water monster types in the game. And we're going to assume that all of these are a comparison where you're going to upgrade them to grade 10.5 max. So all these are upgraded to grade 10.5 max, as you see in the chart right here. Mizutsune are the strongest water weapons overall and also give an affinity bonus. So that's what makes Mizutsune weapons so good. When you have an affinity bonus, that means the higher your attack is, the more bonus you get. Despite this though, the Koropuke weapons aren't too far behind with only 2% less damage. 2% isn't a lot, but if you put this along with the build, the Mizutsune weapons are going to get a bigger boost because of that affinity. Per this data, the best water weapons to go for are the Mizutsune and Koropuke weapons. So we're going to get more on the materials and why you have to watch out for other things, but yes, Mizutsune is the best overall, followed by Koropuke. So if you have Koropuke, you don't really have to worry about Mizutsune if you already built it, unless you really want the Mizutsune weapons, because they look really pretty and look really good. Alright, next up is tip number 2. Check how many materials you need for your weapons and armor. So use mhn.quest to take a look at the materials you need to upgrade your weapons and armor to the point where you desire. I'm going to put in the video description, but yes, this website is amazing, and you can input and manually put in what you have your weapon at or armor at right now, and then look at what you need to max them out, like you see over here in these examples. Mizutsune weapons have their own unique rarity 6, requiring 27 Mizutsune plates from a new forge to max them out to a grade 10.5. This is very similar to Zinogre. Well, actually, it's very similar to Zinogre, because Zinogre needs 27 as well. However, they're really hard to get, so make sure you keep that in mind. We'll go more on that later in the video. And Koropuke and the rest of the water elemental monsters require Wyvern Gem Shards as their rarity 6 material, requiring 90 Wyvern Gem Shards from a fresh forge to max them out to a grade 10.5. So if you don't want to deal the Mizutsune plates, or you're already working on your Koropuke weapon, that's great, because Wyvern Gem Shards are dropped from all monsters, except certain monsters like the boss mobs like Elder Dragons, Zinogres, Devil Joes, and of course Mizutsunes. Other than that, everything else pretty much drops Wyvern Gem Shards. So keep that in mind, how hard you want to go, and how difficult you want it to be. Do you want the best or the second best? It's totally up to you. Make sure you use that website to know how many of each material you need. Moving on to tip number 3, so you want to get your highest chance at a rarity 6 material? Well, make sure you break these parts. Break the following parts to get a chance at a rarity 6. Mizutsune's tail, Koropuke's tail, Gyrototis' head, and Great Jagras' forearms. Remember, breaking parts only gives you a chance at a rarity 6. It is not guaranteed. Consider the amount of time and effort you would put into breaking these parts, and if it would be easier to just slay the monster instead of focusing on part breaks. I generally will not go after part breaks, especially for something like Mizutsune, because it moves around so dang much. Mostly its face is in your face rather than its tail. So keep that in mind. When I killed 1,000 Mizutsune in 4 days, it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I don't care about breaking that tail. I'm just going to go for light bowgun, because I already have it maxed out. I'm just going to blow every single Mizutsune to oblivion. The drop chance isn't very high. Sure, it'll save you some time if you happen to get lucky enough, but that's the key. If you get lucky enough. So if you have a ton of Mizutsune around you, again, consider the amount of time and effort you would need, because It might take you a while to break those tails, and by the time you're done, you might not get anything at all because it's just a chance. On to the next tip, and for tip number 4, this event will last 6 days, 14 hours, and 59 minutes. You have about a week to take advantage of this event. Mizutsune is likely to return to the field after this event, so it's likely going to return in a future event. However, with double drops for the first 2 slots, the possibility of getting 2 times Mizutsune plates or 2 times Wyvern Gem Shards as rewards is too hard to pass up. Rarity 6 drops are also boosted in Hunt-a-thons, so take advantage of your free 3-hour Hunt-a-thons to go after 8-star Mizutsune hats when you can. Mizutsune will only be available in hats unless it's an event, so you should try to go after this as much as you can. And even though I'm already done getting all the Rarity 6 I need to max out my Mizutsune weapon, I am kind of kicking myself in the butt because I kind of predicted this would come pretty soon. Or I was just like, you know what, maybe like Water Elemental event, because we haven't had one yet, is going to come out, and it did. So it was, yeah, I'm kind of salty, but at the same time, I'm really happy because for those of you that don't have your Mizutsune weapon maxed out yet, or have all your materials you need to max it, this is the perfect time for you. So if you want to save time, you want to save effort, this is definitely the best window for you to grind as much as you can. Again, keep in mind after this event is over, it isn't likely Mizutsune will return to the field until September, as Monster Hunter Now has already announced their August event lineup. So I don't think Mizutsune is going to come back for that triple question mark event. So if it's not going to come back for the rest of this month, you're going to have to wait until next month for it to come back out, or whenever it gets its next event. And my final tip, water weapons will prepare you for the next major update. So Monster Hunter Now has a pattern of helping players prepare for future content. This water elemental event is designed to help you with Teostra. It is also very likely that future monsters coming in the September major update will be weak to water. So upcoming monsters are likely going to be weak to water. So if you don't think you have an incentive to not do this event, unless you already have your weapons built like I do, it's a very good incentive for you to grind as hard as you can, as this makes this event perfect to try and upgrade your weapons and armor as powerful as you can efficiently get them. You're going to save a lot of time because of these double drops, and you're going to be prepared for the content coming next. So again, make sure that you consider getting as much time you can to grind this event so that you can go ahead and upgrade your stuff for the next major update.
To how we've been prepping folks.
I figured that. I was like, Thunder and Dragon question mark? So I was like, that's really cool how you guys do that. I like how you're able to help prepare the players ahead of time, even if they don't know it right away. But it's super cool for them to be able to be like, okay, this event's gonna help me for the next one. Even if they're coming up late, like I can play this event and put my time around it, and the time where you've extended the events to where it's really awesome. So we really do appreciate that.
Absolutely intentional.
Oh, I'm so sorry I'm taking so long.
And there you have it, actual video evidence from Summer Game Fest Playdays when I went over there to test Season 2 for the demo. It was absolutely amazing, and there's a confirmation that Niantic really does try to help us out for future events and to give us the best updates they possibly can, and hopefully some really good stuff is coming for that September major update. Hopefully you get a ton of drops for the Water Elemental event, and again, this event is vital in preparing you for the upcoming content. Although water doesn't cover a lot of monsters right now, it looks like it's going to play a big role soon. Yes, the water element is kind of disrespected right now, because a lot of the monsters that you use it against, you can take it out with raw, or it's just not worth it. So, make sure you consider, again, grinding this event. Please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. I hope your drops are absolutely amazing for this event, and you get what you need sooner or later, and you don't have to roast nearly 1,000 Mizutsune, so you get all the plates you need from a fresh forge to max out your Mizutsune weapon, like my experience. Good luck on your grinds, and I will see y'all on the next video.